Right. Oh. How are we looking? Okay. Try and get this game volume sounding okay. Cool. I think that's not bad. Maybe a little bit loud. It's not there. Okay. Cool. Right. I think that's decent. Check out a new game. Right. Well, new is being generous. It's not really new. Ugh. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Let's do main story. Right. The closest game I've played that was kind of like this was Baldur's Gate 3, which I did not finish. So, actually terrible. I should do a replay of Baldur's Gate 3 at some point. However, my experience with these kind of games is very limited, so this is going to be an interesting learning curve. Okay. So, difficulty is very adjustable, it seems. Jeez. The Grimnock's future, there's only war. This mode is the ultimate challenge for the boldest lord. Okay, I don't want to go super challenging, because I'm probably going to get my ass handed to me. Enemy dodge unit modifier. This value is added to the base chance of the enemy's dodge attack against all. Okay, so normal they have a negative 10% dodge chance. A character hiding behind cover has a chance to avoid enemy ranged attacks. Full cover indicated by a skull and a shield reduces chance by 60%. Partial cover reduces chance hit by 35%. It varies depending on the difficulty game. Okay. Okay. I like that they give you such a detailed breakdown of exactly what this changes. That's quite nice. I think we just stick to the normal. I don't think I'm going to bother trying to understand all of these and change them. Max duration for hard crowd control of fixed number of rounds. Okay, yeah. I think I just leave it like this, because most of these are things that I don't know anything about. So, cool. Okay. Oh, so there's pre-made characters. And then you can do a custom character. Okay. That's a soldier. Darius is an operative. Oh. Bador is a warrior. I don't know what that means. Okay, so warrior, I'm assuming is going to be close, more focused on... Oh, that's cool. Warrior is going to be more focused on, I'm assuming, melee combat? Ruthless of charges, maintaining moral principle difficulty. So keeping one of the faithful servants of the God Emperor living subordinates. Okay. Okay. It's a straight line and launches with a meat attack. Okay. So this guy's more warrior focused. I kind of do the crime lord. Analyze enemies. The operative targets enemy within line of sight. The target immediately gains +1 intelligence and 2 expert. Okay. I kind of like Darius. Or do I go Hector? Soldier. Let's go Darius. He looks kind of interesting. I kind of like that.
Lance batteries, volley.
Okay. Ooh. Portrait. Oh, okay. Huh, that's interesting. So you can change your portrait separate from your appearance. That is kind of interesting. Okay. I don't think I want to mess with this too much, if I'm honest. That one's not bad, I guess. Kind of wanted to match the portrait somewhat. It's kind of close. Hair. I don't know, man. Do we make him bold? Kind of badass. Also looks not bad. Nah, I kind of like this one, honestly. Just the basic. Gotta have dark hair. Yeah, gotta have dark hair. Okay, cool. Tattoo. Do I want him to have tattoos? Can I only choose one tattoo? Oh, no, 5. Okay. That's kind of badass. Let's do that one. Then let's do... That one doesn't really work. It's too far back on his head. Kind of like that, honestly. Okay. Go for that one. Sure. Isn't that like chaos, though? That's chaos. Okay. That one looks... Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's go with that. I like it. Augmentations. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Oh, that looks kind of badass. Augmentation 1, augmentation 2. Oh, shit. Jeez, we can really mess this guy up, can't we? I don't think I really want to... I don't think I really need to bother with a second augmentation. Yeah, I think that's fine. That looks kind of cool.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Sure.
Time for a round of space regicide.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
The best defense is a...
Unleash the storm of macro cannons.
Heresy grows from idleness.
Something of interest.
Time to reap the spoils of the battle.
I'm okay with that one. That one sounds pretty good. Okay, cool. I think that's kind of nice. Ooh. It's kind of weird that you can adjust your portraits separately. I kind of wish the game lets you... I kind of wish the game just, like, automatically sets your portrait based off of the character, honestly. But I'm just going to stick with the default. I think that's fine. Okay. Void Ship. Patient Fortune. Oh, I don't know. What would we call this? What would we call this? What was that? Hammer of Dawn? Yeah. Better. Okay, cool. So just figured, proven in battle, thousands of battles, combining a decent firepower, high speed, estimate dimensions, 1.6 kilometers in length, 0.3 kilometers beam. The fins approximately. Okay. 6 megatons. Damn. Okay. So all of this, I'm assuming it's done for me because I chose a pre-made character. What's carouse? It represents the ability to resist negative effects applied by some substances. Alcohol may give access to new dialogue options. Okay. Huh. So I'm very high on awareness. That's nice. I think I kind of like that. Okay. Cool. Darius. Yeah, I think we can stick with Darius. I'm okay with that. Okay. Right. I'm hoping this game's gonna have a decent tutorial because I'm gonna get lost in the sauce very quickly otherwise.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
You are in dialogue. Here you can learn more about current events, influence the character you're speaking to, or even alter the course of the game's narrative. Your character's personal story depends on the dialogue choices you make. Available dialogue options are displayed on the right. Select a reply. Okay, cool. Cool. This obsessive luxury, this laugh appearance, is it enough to compensate rather than glorify? Do you have a particular reason for disturbing me?
My apologies. I did not seek you out to pester you with unwanted attention.
Okay, cool. Will be let me. No worries. I don't know if I appreciate it. Okay.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
You can hover your cursor over highlighted words to learn more about them. The tooltips that appear can help you understand the world. Okay, nice. That's a really nice feature. Okay. Subject of the Imperium with a unique hereditary title, Rogue Trader, is tasked with exploring and exploiting the still uncharted regions of the galaxy for the benefit of mankind. My name is Darius Stubbs. My name is rather well known in certain circles in the Calixus sector. I've known tradition. My name is Darius.
My regards, Master. Or should I say, von Valencias, scion of a blessed rogue trader house in the service of the Imperium. Perhaps this kinship came as a shock to you. Understandably so, given that all evidence of the connection was lost in the generations separating you and Lord Captain Theodora. It required no small effort on the part of Her Ladyship's servants to discover and verify this blood tie, which has now made you one of the heirs of this dynasty.
Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here? You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities? Tell me about the one on whose ship I found myself. You say I'm one of the rogue's heirs, so there is another candidate. I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it. Yeah, let's go for that.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Okay, cool. You can move your character by clicking on the screen. A symbol will appear in your character. Okay. Cool. Follow Kunrad. Okay.
I always keep my options open.
Damn. Okay. Some objects in the world can be interacted with in a special way. They are marked with specific icons. Study objects. Okay. Click on them. That's fine. Hold tab to highlight objects your character. Okay, that's cool. Nice. Okay. A massive conference table, obviously crafted from real wood. A resource of incredible value aboard a void ship. Damn. Okay, and I can also get him to aim a certain way. That's cool. There's something else here. Candid altar with a copy of the 2024 volume of Lex Imperius, the Codex. Why does it go away? The Codex of the Sacred Laws of the Imperium. Okay. I don't see anything else. I guess let's just keep going. Open door. There we go.
One of the Von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening?
Uh-oh.
The servitors have gone berserk!
Oh, we're jumping right into it. Okay.
Challenges make the spoils that much sweeter.
You have been ambushed. The battle begins. To survive in the Grimdark's future, you will have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. These hints are tutorials. Okay. Can I do anything before starting the battle, or do I just need to start? I guess I just start. I can't click on anything. Okay. Jeez, like, bro is just wrecking everybody. All battles in the game are turn-based and take place on a grid. On their turn, characters can move, attack, and use their abilities. Select a cell within the highlight range. Double-click to move the character there. Okay. Movement points determine how far a character can move. One movement points. Okay, cool. What do I have? Analyze. Combat Lord gains 3 stacks of Sherplan. Activation of this ability. Okay, I have this. Go there. How do I make him move now? Oh, there. Okay.
Is my second nature.
Action points. To make attacks abilities, a character must have action points. The total displayed on the screen. Every attack ability has action points. The number of squares next to the icon indicates other ability. The number of squares next to the icons of attack actions and other abilities indicates their action cost. Oh, okay. Okay. At the start of each character's turn, their AP points restored to the maximum value. Okay, cool. The amount of damage you deal depends on the appearance of the weapon. That's fine. Certain abilities, attack icons once per turn. Okay, cool. That makes sense. So we're going to use this one. That was pathetic. Do better. Okay. End the turn. When your turn's up, press the spacebar. In the turn. Okay. Damn, these dudes suck. What is this bitch doing? What is this? Reloads the equipped weapon. Oh, I see. Okay.
I'll make it up.
Can I still move? Oh, I can't move. Okay, so I'm guessing I have to move first and then... What does that mean? What is he doing to them? Malfunctioning? Dude has applied something to the enemy, but I don't know what that means. Okay, I guess I just shoot him again.
I'll see to it.
There we go. Okay, cool.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Okay. We're out. No one is allowed to enter the petrol stations. Okay.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay. What am I? Oh, shoot. I'm moving around behind the map. Okay, that's interesting. Center camera on Rogue Trader. Zoom out. Topography. Okay, cool. Cool. The wires in the servitor's head are still smoldering. It would seem the cause of the malfunction was I hate how quickly these things disappear. Was short-circuiting of the motive force. Okay. Sentry gun constructed with the blessing of the Adeptus Mechanicus standard. Okay. Lemon Rust battle tank reclaimed and restored by the grace of the God Emperor. First to breach the capital walls during the pacification of Vortex. Okay. Yeah. I do love the Warhammer fantasy. Like, the Warhammer universe and lore is so damn interesting. I'm very far from any kind of expert in it, but the bits I have seen and played are amazing. A violent alloy, which upon close examination turns out to be a handcrafted object. Symbols carved with a primitive tool are visible on the surface. A black shard resembling obsidian. If you look closely, you can discern a strange, barely perceptible glow inside the artifact. A massive golden amalgam imperspect with sparkling particles. Huh. Stone on the pedestal is no doubt solid, but its surface shimmers and changes hue, as if someone has captured a piece of work turbulency of rock. A strange object that resembles sea coral. The porous surface is pitted, a sign that it has been underwater.
Keep your wits about you.
Okay. A grey crystal with white veins, low hum can be heard coming inside the artifact. Trippy. Okay. So there's a bunch of weird shit all around here. I don't think there's anything more I need to do. Can this door be opened? It can too. Oh, damn. Looks kind of badass, I must admit. Can I change this camera orientation? The rotations are the wrong way around. Controls? Rotate camera left should be E. Rotate camera right should be Q. There. There we go. That makes more sense. Okay. Oh, okay. Damn. That does look pretty badass. It's so over the top. I love it. Right.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Okay. Oh, there's something more here. The lifts carrying people around the decks move with a loud grinding noise. The scenery is so ridiculously over the top. You gotta love it. Right. I'm assuming I can't go through here yet.
Rise
No.
to the top, or get left in the dust.
I speak to this guy. Beg your pardon, your lordship. After the incident, swift closures. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I will lead us to fortune.
Okay, wasn't there some way through here that I need to go? Oh, no, there wasn't. Why did I think there was? Huh. I'm losing my mind. Okay, cool. So I guess we keep going down this way then.
Always have a backup plan.
Okay. Jeez, man. It does look awesome. Right. Can I? I can click on this. I wonder why. Clicks seem to be a little bit inconsistent. I don't know why.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Survey the room. Your first impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tick, and jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Theodora von Valencia's features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible, head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. Okay. Next to them you see two more men. One is a grey-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the context of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters, baldricks containing all manner of weapons. Okay.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
The dry female voice and powerful feeling of being watched force you to look at Theodora. The rogue trader is looking straight at you, and her gaze, like herself, is predatory and oppressive.
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Okay, Xenos, those spirits could well be the native name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that is indeed the case and if the population engages in Xeno worship. Oh, Warhammer. There are ways... Okay, wait, I should probably read this. Your character's skill reflects their knowledge and capabilities. Some dialogues automatically initiate passive skill tests. If such a test succeeds, new information will be revealed or a hidden dialogue option will unlock. If your character is traveling with allies, the party member with the highest skill in the applicable skill is selected and given each passive skill check. Okay, cool. That's good to know. So you can always be using your best skills. Okay, so I exceeded in both Law Xenos and Law Warp. There are ways to confirm what is happening in Aeon 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psychers to do so, but it will give us the answer. High seismic activity. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretic underworld spirits that protect those who offer their sacrifices. But attempts to install have failed the second time. The mining crew center simply vanished overnight. Okay. If my particular life experience indications, some of those natives would eagerly betray their chieftains for life serving on board my ship, I would then be doing. These reports of spirits certainly sound like evidence of heresy. However, I would put my interests first. No matter what it means, I would use the richest man would be mine. Aeon must be purged for the... I think... I want to say this could be Lord Xenos, I think.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do, Ethelred. I kind of like that one. We're both servants of the God Emperor, Lady Theodora. Does it become any one of our status to engage in petty feuds? I find your tone most disagreeable, Ethelred. You will kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or else you will live to regret the consequences. I kind of want to just put my foot in his face, but...
Well, I find your company disagreeable, and yet I'm forced to endure such.
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here?
Was it not you who sent me? There are questions I wish to have answered. Let's go that one.
You are direct. I approve. But you will have to wait. There is something I want you to understand first.
Oh.
My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
The writing in this game is excellent, I must admit. It's really, really good.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
Good to know. Okay. One of. Does this mean there are other heirs?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
I did not think Edelthrad was a candidate. Okay, shit, maybe I shouldn't have been such an asshole to him.
Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Oh. If you're satisfied with Ilrad, then what sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me? Did I hear you correctly? Master Whispers is related to you? Thank you for clarifying. I think I want to go...
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Okay. An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew. Where's your ship headed? What are my current responsibilities?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor.
Okay, good to know.
I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
Okay.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Does not care.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
Okay. I don't want to that one. That sounds kind of like sucking up. I'm just gonna go. Yeah, I think we're good.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Okay. Oh, shit. Well, they came out of nowhere. Okay. What? That's gonna be interesting, because I do, like, no damage at this point. All commanders' turns, orders, initiative. The order of turns displayed on the left side of the screen. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, I hope you guys are better than the last dudes I had to fight alongside. I feel like I'm supposed to be able to position people at the start of combat. Okay. Let's see. What's this shit gonna do?
Tactically sound approach.
Maybe it's because I'm not in a party yet. Oh, shit. Okay. Bro's got this. Never mind. Why am I even here?
Weapon at the ready.
That's just showing off. I want one of those. All I have is just a pistol. That's crazy. Okay. Cover to avoid enemy attacks. Cover just also just... Okay, cool. So the character will not receive a bonus if the attack from the side, not protect back. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So I guess I kind of want to get up here, but I don't know. That's I have to go like the long way around. Can I just shoot from here? Can I hit that? These guys all have a shot on me. Let me take cover here, I guess. And then try and shoot this guy. Is this 95% my chance to hit, I'm assuming? I'm a guess.
I'll make it happen. Your end was inevitable.
Ah, I did more damage to that guy than the servitors I lost that to fight. Okay, cool. Your character's just landed a critical hit that deals increased damage to the character's crit damage stat. Character's crit damage is 150% of their normal damage. Oh, shit. Oh, okay, no. It would be, it's 50% increase, okay. However, certain talents effects increase it. Certain weapons have their own critical damage stat. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Crush the feeble.
Uh-oh. These bitches are struggling.
Just a minor setback.
Out of my way!
My ears are ringing.
Damn. Bro's getting wrecked over there.
Follow my lead. Reduced to dust.
That's crazy, man.
Stay vigilant. Death to the heretic.
Whatever gun that dude's got, I want it. Probably, what are those guns called in Warhammer? The melter guns. I played Space Marine 2 a while ago. That reminds me of the melter guns in Space Marine 2. Your character has received a temporary positive effect from an ally. Such effects enhance your character's capability in combat in some way. To learn about the effect you've gained, hover your cursor over the icons of your character's portrait. Is it this one? Why is it flashing? Hello? Okay. A little difficult to read this thing. Plus 50 ballistic skill. Okay. I don't know why the menu keeps disappearing, but whatever. Okay. Can I shoot this dude? Can I hit him from here? 75% chance. That's probably fine.
See to it personally.
Lol. With a 75% chance.
Death to non-believers!
Damn, bro's got this.
My place
Shit.
is at the fore.
I know these guys hard carried. I did nothing. Cool.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive.
Your characters just missed. To increase hit chance, equip your character with a decent weapon and place them at a vantage point. Abilities and talents that improve weapon skill characteristic will help you hit in combat. Okay, cool. Perception and ballistic skill will help me do range. Okay, I do want to go into range combat, I think. That's kind of what I want my guy to focus on.
Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What is happening? What are your orders? I already know what I want to pick there. Let's go with what are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Okay, cool. Talk to Theodore von Oxus, find that. Okay, cool. I don't know which way I should be going. If Mort's gone ahead, which... What is that? Do I go up here? There's nothing I can interact with, so I'm guessing it's not that way. I'll keep going around here. Are there more? I don't know what these guys are shooting at. Okay, cool. Not my problem. I'm gonna keep going up this way. What do we got here? The heretic's body is riddled with holes. An improvised single shot gun lies in his hand. Okay. I don't know if I'm going the right direction, but let's just keep going. Nope, we got something. Oh. That's not looking so good for you guys.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, pull yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
What pulls his options about the situation? Okay.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Okay, I must admit, when I first heard about this game, some of the complaints people were saying was that there wasn't enough voice acting. So far, which is actually one of the reasons I didn't play it immediately. So far, I'm glad to see there's so much voice acting, and it's really good voice acting as well. Mutiny, who would attempt that in the warp? A mutiny against the Emperor's Anointed. Execute the traitors, every last one of them. We must provide immediate assistance to those still in the middle decks. Perhaps we might stop the wave from spreading. If this is indeed a care of source, that the situation is dire. Let's go with the immediate assistance in the middle decks.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once.
Her eyes and expression flash ominously.
Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed.
A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Uh-oh.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance. And if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-militant. And taking into consideration Edelthrad's psyker powers.
Fair. Okay, so I'm going with dude then.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
Okay. I hear and obey, Lord Captain. I shall do everything in my power. I cannot promise that I won't lose our dearest heir somewhere along the way. I shall do everything in my power.
Not everything in your power.
Oh, I pissed her off.
You will do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail. Is that clear? Then move out. Mort, come.
Okay. Cool. Right. So it's me and this Whispers dude. Master of Whispers, is it?
Are you ready to head to 18? It is
Kunrad.
a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I have a proposition. Since I'm the one person here, you can go in the front and shield me from... You are not bit. You had better not fail me, Lord Captain. I made it clear, and I shall make do. Lead the way.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Something hits you with a sharp crackle, and you are consumed by unbearable gut-wrenching pain. Uh-oh. What? Oh, bro was... Okay, cool. Promised you a special destiny, it's time to fulfill it. Okay, so bro was the badass, the bad dude all along. Honestly, I thought it was going to be Edelthrad. That caught me off guard. No. Okay, cool.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Two-Faced Scum, you are the one behind this mayhem. What is the meaning of this?
You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you.
Well, that's ominous.
We are in the anteroom of the Warrant Chamber. This void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtain it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Okay, so they want me to open the door for them, basically. I have no intention. What is this inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Huh. I don't understand his response. The Sentinel refused to submit to him? Huh. Okay. I have no intention of helping you.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
Whoa. Bro is getting into chaos. I will do as you require, but I'll fundamentally have enough threats to the void with you. The blade flashes in dim light, drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing with a single urge, go to the gate. Fight the voice in your heart, get out, I am not your puppet. The voices in your giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this infuriating influence. You're wounded by corrupted weapons, lead the warp entity to invading your mind, forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step forward to the gate. Oh shit. Bro, straight mind controlling me like that. Okay. In the gateway arch, you see a cognitor with human-likeness built in front of the gate. As you approach, the torch switches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The Sentinel turns its head to you as one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. One of the available dialogue options requires a skill test. Unlike passive text, which are made automatically, in this case you can decide whether or not to select the option. The consequences will depend on the results of the search test. Success or failure depends on how the dialogue develops. Depending on the context, you might change course of the conversation to shoot. Okay. The number after the skill's name indicates the difficulty of the test. So wait. Oh no. Okay, so I have a 100% chance to pass it then. Okay, let's do that one. Examine the device. Tech test succeeded. You carefully inspect the design of it. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as a material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of architectural relic, an incredibly rare and powerful piece of technology from the past. Okay. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With screeching and groaning of metal, it leans closer to you. Its lower jaw opens in a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vivid screen to the right lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols in the background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that fill your head after Vortrica wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tighter knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Examine the Sentinel. Place your hand into the Sentinel's maw. Look back. Look for anything you could use as a weapon. Let's examine the Sentinel. The servitor looks noticeably different from the other ones you are used to. Its skin is covered. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread, and it has metal hinges in place of standard joints. It seems the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automatons. Okay. Look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Look for anything you could use as a weapon. So make you weapon search in vain. The chamber is completely empty, in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel. Precise. Okay. Okay, well, only one thing to do then. Coming around, puncturing your skin, sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall to the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps are into motion. The vid screen of the cognitor flickers. Several long minutes pass, the Sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from. Cracking like static signals the content. Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. I suppose don't say the warp madness. I must have lost my mind. I'm gonna go yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your heads and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity called in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Oh, damn. Ha! Bitches. Oh, shit. Okay, cool.
There is still another way.
Well, damn. Okay, cool. By right of blood, check the warrant chamber. Okay. The enormous gates match the important thing they protect. The massive doors are made of heavy metal and look impregnable. Damn. Okay, so we just activated the security system and fried all of them. You love to see it. Okay. This place looks crazy. Guess I'm interacting with this. Let it be known by my will and the will of God that I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warranted trade and bestow upon them their dynasty, the great mission. To be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost. To triumph over nightmares untold, to hold bothly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through pain and darkness. Okay.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
Okay. What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me? I need to contact someone. Preferably through. Let's go with that one.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Okay, that don't sound good.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Okay. Let's go with I need a weapon.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Relays clicking. Seconds pass as you realize the server skull will not answer you. Okay.
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Okay. Lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the Warren chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay, cool. As the game story unfolds, you will see notifications at the top of your screen indicating the status of your current objective. You can open the journal by pressing J. Okay, cool. Journal entries help you keep track of current events and your character at the side. The quest tab. Use journal sheet. Okay. Okay, cool, cool.
I always keep my options open.
So, the rogue trader... No one must reach one chamber. A simple order. Okay, so I need to seal the chamber again. Okay, that makes sense. So, can I seal it here? There we go. Uh-oh. More bitches.
Run, fools, or fall.
Those chain swords. They'll never not be iconic.
Master, whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Kunrad's a traitor. When we parted ways, the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant is somehow part of the plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Volta openly admitted that he is the mastermind of the mutiny. Unquestionably. Why don't we leave the matters of etiquette for another time? So it would seem, but he is not here, and we have a mutiny to end. Yeah.
Absolutely. With the Lord Captain's permission, I shall give you an hour-long lecture on how making use of proper addresses corresponds to showing due faith in the God Emperor's anointed. For now, however, we have more pressing matters on our hands.
Okay.
You're in a bad way.
Oh, I got a sniper.
I
Nice.
can treat
Okay.
your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Nice. Okay, cool. While fighting, your character can lose some of their wounds. Your character suffered an injury after being attacked by Kuna. This happens when your character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds with one round. Oh, okay, so wounds are like health. And if I take more than 50% damage health, I gain an injury. Does exceed 50% of wounds of the character fresh injury. The exact percentage of wounds a character suits for that person may vary depending on the difficulty. Okay, injuries reduce your character's resolve. If the fresh injury is not healed within 3 rounds using a medkit, it'll turn into an old injury. You can also get rid of the old injury with a medkit. However, healing will require an additional medikit skill test. Okay, so it's basically like a debuff. When a character initially suffers injury, it'll be considered a fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once it becomes an old injury, a fresh injury can be healed using a medkit without a skill test. Old injuries require a skill test. Okay, so it's harder to heal old injuries. That makes sense. Note that when a character loses all of their wounds, they will fall unconscious. Okay, so that's your health, basically. Once combat is over, the wounds of all party members are replenished automatically, but any injuries they may have sustained remain. Okay, so the debuffs remain. Those can be healed with a medkit. Medkits can only be used by characters who have the field medic feature-based skill. Okay, that's cool. So I need to have basically a medic on my team. Override can heal your injuries. Click sport shot. Okay. New items, all items in your inventory. You can open it by pressing I or clicking the bag icon. Okay. Okay, cool. So I need this dude. Doesn't he have a medkit? Oh, there. Can I use it on Darius? There. Okay, cool.
I have a nose for profit and a
Nice.
taste for adventure.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Do we just keep going?
Arm yourself. Our enemies may find us at any moment.
Oh, I thought I had. To equip weapons, open your inventory. Oh, okay. You can switch between your bottom and reserve screen. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so I need... There's my gun. Yeah, there we go.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
Nice. Okay.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
Damn. Okay.
But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the war and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the Navigator's Sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can do some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
Okay. Sanctum, very well. Will you lead the way? For the Imperial humanity, lead the way. Let's do that.
Come.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward.
No. Okay, we go again.
Close ranks.
Come up against a tactical phase. Your characters can attack or take damage, but maybe... Okay, that's what I was thinking of when at the start you could position characters. Okay. Red cells are inaccessible during the character phase. Okay, cool. So Darius is a sniper, so I kind of want him to be somewhere high up. I guess I'm going to put him back here. It's probably fine. This dude, on the other hand, is a sword wielder. I kind of want to put him maybe there. Path is blocked. Maybe there. Okay, because I want him to kind of go and take on these guys. Okay. Abilities of characters differ depending on their archetype. Available abilities located at the bottom of the screen. Yes. Okay. Okay, cool, cool. Right, so my main dude, single shot sniper. What is this one? Deadeye shot. Precisely aim shot, 15 is mostly effective ranged weapon and 10% hit shots. Okay, let's go with this one then. 95% chance. Let's go with this guy. You missed on a 95% chance. That's bullshit. Okay, I don't think I can do anything with this guy. Can I? No. Okay, so we intern there. I remember that being annoying in Baldur's Gate 3 as well, where you can have ridiculously high chances to succeed and still fail. Oh, damn. Bro is getting absolutely gangbanged. That's crazy. Careful, companions can get hurt by your burst attacks. Yes, okay, that's fine. Your companions are warrior. Abalad specializes in melee combat drawing attacks. Charged warriors ability that works only when you're using a melee weapon. It's not attack action. Use charge to close distance between you and the enemy. Okay. Melee attacks require character adjacent to enemy. Unlike single shots, melee hits automatic. Melee hits automatically with no need for a roll. The melee will try and dodge the parry of the attack. Okay. Okay. Cool. So this charge, do I go for this one? Cleave. Multiple enemies at once. Let's go there. There it is. That's badass. Okay. Can I then do a charge? Or... let's go for that guy.
Not the Seneschal's job.
Target too close. Oh, there. Okay. And he parries it? Damn. Attack of opportunity. Characters with melee weapons can make attacks of opportunities if an opponent adjacent cells. Okay. Okay, cool, cool. That's fine then.
Chaos guides me.
Damn.
Chaos guides me.
Just a minor setback.
Just hit his own friend. Okay, what does this do? The operative targets one enemy within line of sight. Target immediately gains. That target immediately gains +2 exploits. What are exploits? The operative hits a target with an exploit. The attack deals +5 times the perception bonus more damage. Oh, okay. So it's basically a damage increase based on your perception bonus. Okay, okay. So it's basically marking a target. Okay. So let's do that then. Okay. And then I guess we go this one. There we go. Okay, nice. I probably should have gone for him, honestly.
I've suffered worse.
Okay. What do we got here? Just go regular strike.
Reduced to dust.
I use this. What is this one here? It's the allies, the 3-star race gain +2 defection attack. They also cannot be forced to move.
I will do my duty.
Okay, cool.
Death to the weak. See my
My ears are ringing.
Okay, let's go for this guy then.
On it.
There it is. That is satisfying. The order in which attacks are taken matters. Your character can only move around the battlefield before they have taken an attack action. Once the character attacks, they lose their remaining movement points, unable to move. Okay, okay. Cool. Yeah. So I've seen that already. Nice. We got a parry. You can just, like, regular attack this
At your
dude.
beck and call.
Ah, come on. Okay, shoot this bitch.
Make it happen.
There it is.
Inevitable.
Nice. Okay. Can unlock with experience points, training battles. Ah, okay, okay. That's just like leveling up. Includes new abilities, talents, and skills. Talents are passive bonuses. Abilities. Each archetype has unique abilities. Okay, cool. And then skills are solve bread problem. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Nice. Okay. Collecting loot, defeated enemies around. Yes. Okay. So that's basically much like Baldur's Gate 3. I'm just gonna collect all. Why am I paused? What are those icons? What is that? Head trauma. Why would those still be there if dude is dead? That's interesting.
I know how to take risks.
Inventory? Didn't I... Summary? Huh. Where did my inventory go? Okay, so inventory isn't character specific, it seems. Okay. Okay, cool. Right. I'm gonna save there. New save. Save? There we go. Okay. Right, and I think I'm gonna call it there for the evening. Because I am super tired at the moment. Why? I don't know why I'm so tired. I've slept basically the whole day today. But yeah. It has been a long ass week. So. Right. Dennis, if you're here, bro, if you've been watching the stream, thanks. Appreciate you joining in. This is a game I bought, geez, a long time ago. I think it was like maybe even last year I bought this. I don't remember. And I just never got around to playing it. But I must admit, I am keen to get into it a bit more. It might not be the most interesting stream game, so we'll see what kind of viewership it gets. I might play it more off stream than on stream. But I do love this Warhammer lore. It's super interesting. And this game is just dripping with Warhammer lore. So, yeah. Cool. I'm going to head for bed. A bit of a short stream this evening. I'll try and stream for a bit longer tomorrow. So, right.